All right, everybody. Hello. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Monday. I don't even know what day it is anymore, but happy Monday. Welcome to another stream. We have got a good one in store for you guys today. We've got the CRJ-900 heading from, we're sitting on the ground here in DCA right now. We're going to be heading down to Nashville and then on over to Charlotte. And we're kind of going to be doing a little bit this week, for the most part, of PSA ops. And what I was mentioning is we're going to get into a little bit of like a series and doing PSA kind of hubs and hops and turns in and out of hubs. And originally, Mr. Emirates, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, sir? What I was originally planning on doing today was, well, originally I was planning on going from doing the flight that I closed out of. I was planning on going from DCA to Nashville, and I was like, you know, I'd rather fly the CRJ. So, and I was looking, and I didn't see any flights that PSA did in and out of Nashville originally. But then I took another look, and then I saw that they did a flight to Charlotte. So I was like, okay, I'll just do a Charlotte turn. I'll go Charlotte, Nashville, Charlotte. But then I saw they did one from DCA, and I was like, okay, we got to incorporate DCA into this. So we're going DCA, Nashville, Charlotte. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to do a little bit of a longer flight. Looks like there's a repo flight, Blue Streak 9673 that goes from Charlotte to DFW. And maybe tomorrow we might do like a turn out of Charlotte or something like that. Maybe to stay in there. But then one of these days, we're going to do a repo flight over to Dallas and then do some flights out of Dallas. So those are the two like main hubs and things that I want to get a little bit more familiar with. So yeah, so we're going PSA Blue Streak today. We are going to hop on VATSIM real quick. Mr. Emirates says, doing great today. Thanks for asking. How you doing? I'm doing good, Mr. Emirates. Glad to hear that you are doing well also. Let me change this real fast because this is a lie. So welcome everybody. Hit that like button and be sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. All right, perfect. Okay, and then real quickly here, guys, I'm just gonna file on VATSIM. We're gonna be Blue Streak 5318 heading down to Nashville today. And again, this is the flight. This is the infamous flight that I closed out of, unfortunately, last time. 5318 CRJ-9 cruising to flight level 340 today. So we're gonna make that happen and go from there. Shuria, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Any plans on continuing pilot's life career mode? Yes. I mean, always, right? There's always that's always in the back of my mind for sure on what to do. But I think right now, just between New Sky and wanting to do some of this PSA stuff and just some free flying, for right now, probably just going to stick with doing this stuff. But yeah, of course, we're definitely going to get back into a pilot's life eventually. That's never going to be something that we like never ever do. So yeah. Demelli, what's up? Welcome to the stream. No Slammer CRJ. We're doing full Blue Streak today. We're doing full PSA ops today. So yeah, we're talking realistic operations, which while I do everything else, let me just hop in here and we'll get things kind of rolling in terms of VATSIM and everything. 5318 going down to Nashville, so that's going to be that. That all looks good. Let's get the battery on. We don't have any... I did not connect the GPU. I just kind of figured, I was like, all right, we're just going to... It's hot. We're just going to get the APU going right now anyways. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the fuel button going there, and then that brings up our gauges, and then we get the valves open, and then the in-bites, I believe. I don't know if that's... I think that went away already. And then we can go ahead and start up the APU. How much is the CRJ, Mr. Emirates? I believe this pack was like right at like $55 or something like that. And I think it might be on sale right now. I'm not 100% sure. I saw SimCFI said that it was on sale recently. I don't know if it is still or not, but it's a really good deal, man. I mean, you get all 4 planes, and they're really, really solid. So, Shuria said, I see I've been binge watching your Pilot's Life series all the way from the beginning, Latam. I'll start my own career in Microsoft 2024. Nice. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's so much fun. I really love it. But we will definitely get back into that and definitely getting into some of those episodes and stuff. It's hard to sit down and edit nowadays. But Yeah, I'm glad you're liking it, man. Glad you're liking it for sure. We'll get the nav lights on. Landing lights can stay off. That can stay armed. Emergency exit lights can stay armed. And we will go ahead and put the passenger signs on as well. And we can get the recirc fans on for all the air conditioning, or the packs on, I'm sorry. And get the cargo air on. I believe that should hopefully help with some of that. Need to learn how to make Microsoft libraries and come up with some Slammer concepts. You gotta talk to Lunar, man. He's the library guy, right? He'll help you out, I'm sure. I wanted to see the ECS. Probably is the air. Nope, that's. I just wanted to see what the like temperature is back there. Maybe that's cabin temperature. Maybe 72 degrees. We can get that folder. That'd be cool. All right, we'll just kind of let that go and see what happens there. Hadley, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Hit that like button. Well said, Hadley. Need to put my Photoshop knowledge to good use. Yeah, well said, Demelli. Demelli, did you Photoshop that Slammer thing that you sent, or that library, that gray 350? That's pretty good if you did do that. All right, guys, let's get GSX
boarding.
We're gonna go American Airlines. We're gonna go performance. Let me see. How do we do this again? Do we set? Let me just make sure. 68 packs. Is that generally what we're looking for here? 77 packs. Copy perf inundated FMS set payload and simulator. What is it? Fuel 9.8. We're looking for 11.2. So I don't know what it exactly has here. Yeah.
Do you want a board crew?
No, thank you. Flight plan, VOFP. Oh, here, wait. Set payload and fuel, maybe. We have to do that. 77 packs. Here we go. So does it set it right away? Like, is it already, like, do we already have that fuel now? Fuel quantity?
Hello,
no,
Captain.
we don't. Oh, wait, no. Total fuel.
Back.
Yeah, I did set it already. So it already set, it sets it, like, right now, basically, is what it did. So we'll just copy the perf inundated to the FMS and do all of that. We've got our IRSs aligning. So we're going to go ahead and initialize that position here. We are in DCA.
Departure checks completed.
Delta Charlie
Bypass bin
Alpha.
inserted.
And we'll just take the FMS position. Oh, shoot, my bad. That one over there. That's right. Hatley, we got Blue Streak, what is it, 5318 going to Nashville today. Let's see, do we have any ATC online? Any ATC online? Question mark.
May I see your boarding pass?
Nice. Yeah, that was pretty good, Demelli. That was pretty good, I'm not going to lie. Nobody in DCA right now, just us and an American guy that's going to be loading up here shortly, but we're going to get in first here. While that is... Oh, nope, it's loading. Okay, it's ready. So we're going to go JIA... Nope, not KIA. JIA 5318, and we are in a CRJ-900. There we go.
This way.
All right, that is all set, and that's auto... Oh, wait. What? What did I type in? 5348. Holy crap. That's not even 5318. Okay. I don't know how that happened. So that should be a little bit better there. That's auto ATC.
Welcome on board.
1306 on the squawk. We'll get to that in a minute. First things first, let's just keep moving through with this. So that was the POS init page. Let's go to the flight plan page.
This way.
Did I... Flight plan, VFP, send to FMS. There we go. We'll send it to the FMS. And departure arrival. Let's take a look at what's going on here in DCA weather-wise today. Weather is 120 at 3 knots. It's got us launching off runway 19er. This is pretty similar to what we did last time. 19er, Rebel 5. Rebel 5. Oh. Do I have to execute that before I move? Is that it?
Hello.
Oh, I have to go to next page, really? Okay. Oh, there's the Rebel 5. Okay. Rebel 5 auto transition. And then on the way down there. So Rebel 5 auto transition, and then we'll just pick up the... we might wait a little bit on the arrival going into Nashville for now. What does it have us doing? The 20 left. Again, I think it's pretty much the exact same thing that we were doing. We'll expect vectors, and we're going to be on the Paisley 4 with the Grote transition.
May I see your boarding
All right, let's execute all of that. We'll go back to the flight plan. Mr. Emmert said Microsoft Flight Simulator should add a flight attendant and passenger roles. If there's no one as your passenger, at least let AI passengers and flight attendants too. What would you do? So what, you'd just be able to hop on as a passenger and just sit around and do nothing? That's that. You would like to do that? That's hilarious. Hadley said, I forgot how much training there is when you start a new aviation job. Been at it for a week now and only halfway done with just computer sources. Oh my gosh, our courses. Yeah, dude. Endless computer courses to do whenever you start a new job, man. My heart is out to you. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Demelli said, thinking about doing that one just has slammer on the fuselage instead of the whole slammer air. Yeah, well, that could be cool. That could be a cool, like, just different library to do for sure. Also, something that I want to do real fast here, guys, is if you're in the Discord, you saw that V-Lone posted that one of his friends was in a pretty bad accident, I guess, in a plane. She was, I guess she was the pilot flying a Twin Otter down in Tennessee. So they had an engine failure and a crash. If you want to see more of that, go to the Discord. He put a link to the YouTube video of the broadcast. I think it was CBS or something like that was reporting on it. So just wanted to pray for them real fast, guys, and just have a quick moment for them and everything going on there. So just real fast, guys. Just Lord, we just ask you to just be with V-Lone and his friends that are in trouble there. Obviously with the engine failure and everything, Lord God, that's never a good situation, Lord. And we just ask that you just be with them moving forward in her career, and hopefully it doesn't mess up too much with her career, and hopefully she, did everything right and is going to be highly regarded for more or less saving the day, and instead of them trying to put it on pilot error, Lord God. So we just ask you to be with her in her career, and everybody on board also, that nothing serious, nothing long term, Lord Jesus. So we just ask you to just be with them and everything that they're going through from this day forward, Lord Jesus. And in your name we pray, amen. So that is, yeah, guys, just keep them in your thoughts and prayers and everything that's going on there. Hard Joss, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Obviously, like I said, a pretty serious thing going on down there in Tennessee, it seems like. So no, you're good, man. Welcome. All right, so I think we're getting there. Cruising at flight level 3-4. I think we got to type in the full 34,000 on this one. Execute that. VNAV setup. I know SimCFI likes to change these numbers. I don't want to right now. I'm too lazy to do so. We'll just climb 290 is fine and everything, and we'll mess with our stuff once we get up there. So the VNAV is done. What else does he like to do? He says radio, I think, for now. Let's look at the real quick. Let's do .CTAF KDCA, and it is 119.1 in there. And let's see, coming down here to the squawk. Okay. Coming down here to the squawk code, we've got a code of. Can I just do it here? I wonder. What did it say? 1306 on the squawk code. So we'll set that there. Our Josh just became a member. Welcome back. W Mr. Harjoss in the chat, bro. I think, isn't this, yeah, that's how you squawk mode C right there. Then we can put that in standby. 1306, yeah. Okay, everything looks good there. All right, 119.1, and then we'll do just 22.8, I guess, over here. Fly DC Jets just subscribe. Thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube as well and you'd rather watch on Twitch, you can do !Twitch in the YouTube and go drop a follow over there. Greatly appreciate that. Okay, so anyways, I forgive me. I'm working on remembering how to do all this good stuff here. I think we did all the VNAV setup that we need to do. Flight plan is good. Departure arrival secondary flight plan is fine. We don't need to do any of that for right now. And in terms of speeds, I guess I forgot we don't do speeds in here at all. So I'll just put I'll put the radio back up over here. I kind of liked that. That's going to stay there for now. We can maybe just step through this real fast. and make sure everything looks good, which is over here. We'll just get this, lower this bad boy down. There we go. And let's go ahead and step through. Oh shoot, also I remember what I have to do. MFD data, I believe. Nope. MFD menu. We want ETA is fine. VNAV is good as well. So let's go ahead now back to legs, and we'll kind of step through this. Rebel 5 departure. We're going to climb, maintain 5,000 feet initially. Let's go ahead and set that while we're looking at it as well. 5,000 feet. And then if I remember correctly too, well, we were at a different gate actually, so I don't know if this is going to work, but heading, if we just bug, what are we heading right now? 040? Yeah, no, that's not what we don't want that. No, we're not at 040 heading right now. Off runway 19, it's 187. So we'll set up 187 on the heading. Okay. 187 on the heading, and the altimeter here in DC right now is 2982. So let's go ahead and switch that. Is it this one? Oh, no, it's Barrow. It's right here. Okay, dude. 2982 is set. And let's keep stepping through this now. So we're going to be basically straight out to Cap VC, and then a right turn to gate, Lee bolt, and then, or L bolt, and then Tezer at above 5,000 by Rebel, and then auto, Cap D, we're out after auto, we're on the just the en route portion, and then just make sure that there's no discontinuities or anything like that going into Nashville. Everything looks good, so let's go ahead and put this back on. Nope, that's, there we go. So I'm gonna be fumbling around with these buttons and stuff for the first little while we're flying here. So yeah, okay, everything looks good in the FMC for right now. Speeds, let's come over here to performance. Takeoff speeds, dry runway flaps 8. Lemon Straws, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, sir? So those are our takeoff speeds, and if we remember our what our boy told us, SimCFI, he says to do, let's see, flaps, what did he always say? We're gonna go flaps 8. You bring him to flaps 1 right after rotation. It's essentially either your heading or your nav, whatever you want, and then speed, I'm pretty sure it's speed and heading or nav, and then at your V2 speed is 166, and then he said, I think flaps 1 at V2 plus 12, so that's plus 10, so 168, we'll call it like 170 for flaps 1, and then VT, what, minus 15, is that right? Is it VT minus 15 is flaps clean, I think, so we'll call that like 185-ish, we'll call it 190, for the flaps all the way up speed, flaps clean. So yeah, okay, so we'll go right about V2 speed, we'll go flaps 1, and then VT minus 15, so we'll call it 190 flaps clean, and then once we do that, I believe we drop it into climb thrust, and then yeah, I think we're pretty much out. So does that sound right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, everything on the overhead looks good for now. Let's go auto on, auto in terms of that stuff. Nav lights are on. Beacon light can come on here in just a second. We're pretty much ready to push back here, guys. We're going to go ahead and have them prepare us for pushback and departure. Let's make sure nobody is on, or nobody is in our way on VATSIM. Let's just also make sure that I can talk, which I can't right now. Push to talk. There we go. Button 1. All that stuff is good. And we are talking on 119.1. So let's take a look at them doing what they need to do out here while we also flip the beacon light on. I think we did everything we need to do as they lift us here. We're going to go nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Everything is on up there. Bleeds are on. All that good stuff. Okay, I believe we are ready to rock and roll. Let me just... Oh, shoot. We have the 4 engine throttles. I'm glad I checked that real fast. Let's get the 320, the twin Airbus, which is like my default.
Parking brake,
Oh,
please.
still not doing anything. Okay, let's go ahead.
Commencing push.
Oh, maybe it's because
All
they're
engines
still
clear.
in
Start at will.
the dead mode. Okay, everything looks good over here, I do believe. Windshield heats, I think it does want those actually... No, it wants those off. Probes come on later, I think, so we just leave all that stuff where it's at for right now. Let's get the boost pumps on. I found that's the best way to do this, at least so far. It's the most, like, consistent. And, is that it? Am I doing something stupid? Where's... Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's hold the, we'll go right engine first until it comes back out. So far, so good. Yeah, Mr. Emirates, it's just been a while since we've flown the CRJ here, so definitely getting reused to things, you know? So here's somebody maybe coming into DC. Oh, no, they're going into Andrews. All right, good on that there. Let's go ahead and introduce fuel. There we go. Now the throttles work. Make sure everything actually looks good. We'll make sure everything actually looks good on the engine starts in here because you never know with this thing. I feel like I always mess something up with the engine starts. So before we just go outside and watch engine number 1, we'll make sure engine number 2 starts well, which it looks like it is doing a pretty good job of.
Please set parking brake.
Okie dokie artichoke.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit
Engine
to
start.
ground.
Go away.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Mock trim. I believe we hit both of those, and then the yaw dampers as well, I guess, and that should get rid of some of those lights. Maybe the mock trim doesn't work just yet. Okay, let's go ahead and start up engine number 1. I believe it's 15% or something like that. We can go ahead and choose fuel.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
All right, almost to a good engine start. It still wants me to do the mock trim. Maybe you can only... Oh, you can only do that after engine start, it looks like, I guess. All right, let me look for this window heat nonsense. Windshield probes can come on. Those are off. Or then... Oh, they want... Does it want them on low? I guess it just wants them on low. All right, sounds good. We can go ahead and shut the APU off. And we've got the engine generators on, so we can, in fact, do that. Flaps coming to the 8 position. There we go, between on my throttles here. And I believe that's about it. APU open. We can just hit this. I believe we'll shut that. Right? Did I hit it twice on accident? There we go. Yeah, that shuts that off. APU invite. Oh, no, it should be the other way, I think. We'll mess with that as we go if we need to. Everything is ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and get the taxi lights on, and let's boogie on out of here. And we are going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to taxi on Kilo and Juliet to runway 19er. Like I said, guys, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to the stream, everybody on Twitch and YouTube. If you do prefer to watch on Twitch, ! Twitch in the chat. Ronald Reagan traffic, blue streak, 5318, taxiing to runway 19er via Kilo and Juliet. Ronald Reagan traffic. Then we're going to be crossing this runway here shortly. Let me see, let me get this Hit that button again. Okay, yeah, so you know, we definitely don't want that. I guess it's just going to say APU invite. I thought it wasn't supposed to say that, but alright. Strobe lights are coming on as we cross here. Ronald Reagan traffic, Blue Streak 5318 crossing runway 15 on Kilo. Ronald Reagan. Oh shoot, I don't know why it's not been spawning in with real-time, real weather, but I don't think this can't be realistic. There we go. That's more like it. I don't know why it hasn't been spawning in with real-time and real weather, but that's annoying. My whole sim, like, got reset lately. Did that happen to anybody else, or is that just me? Like, I literally, the only thing, like, I don't know, it went default to, like, everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
We'll make sure once we get over here that nobody is coming. But that could go around. Alright, looks like nobody is coming. Looks like we have the airspace to ourselves, gentlemen. Let's get some togas in the chat. 320 fan, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I feel like that happens when there's a bigger than normal update. Yeah, maybe. You might be right on that. Watching Reagan traffic. Blue Streak 5318 taking runway 19er for departure. Going to be on the Rebel 5 DCA. Radar off. Yeah, we can leave it off. And then also, I wouldn't mind actually, you know, something we do a lot in the real world is dodging weather. It's not something we really do a whole heck of a lot of in the sim. So I'm going to get the weather radar up and just kind of see if there's anything we have to dodge on the way out of here. Let's go, boys. Let's spool them up. Engines are stable. Let's go toga. It's just toga, I think, right? Let's just go toga. Rotate at 146. Just had to look at it right before I went away. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. And if you want to rotate, she's auto-rotating. Nothing wrong with little auto-rotate right there, baby. Oh, shoot, I forgot about toga. Positive rig gears coming up. Outside cam. Yeehaw, look at those lights. Nice and bright. Climbing like a homesick angel. Alright, 170-ish, right? Flaps 1. And then give me, I believe, heading and speed, right? Let's just go nav and speed. No reason to go heading, I guess. And we'll bug up, I don't know, I guess we'll just bug all the way up to our, like, 250, which we're going to be climbing out at. And then 190, we'll go flaps clean. And then bring it back to climb thrust setting. There's 190, let's go flaps clean, climb thrust. And let's say they climb maintain, just give us all the way up to flight level 340. Jeez, that's going slow. Come on. There we go, flight level 340. Alright, starting our right turn on the departure here. Just like we briefed. A little bit of bank in there. A little bit of a view for the people down there. Rex auto seasons or whatever it is, Accu seasons is not being very Accu. Looks like fall down there. Lemon Straw says yesterday Microsoft flew the CRJ or the Cirrus from Edmonton to Calgary. Nice. Is there a Cirrus in Microsoft? I think we're doing all right, right? Did I miss anything very big there? I don't think so. Yeah, if you have the premium deluxe edition, it comes with a 787. Really? I did not know that. Interesting. Why is that such a big correction on the flight director all of a sudden? Alright, I will let it do its thing from here. We'll go autopilot on. We've got speed and nav mode. I think the speed is what we want. Let's go half bank mode. It's being ridiculous right now. I don't know what the heck it's thinking. And we're coming up on 10,000. We'll accelerate, do so manually. I forgot about that. To our 290 knots in the climb. So again, realistically, like, as we're climbing out here, I don't know, you might not have to do anything with this. But when you're looking at weather and you're talking about deviations and whatnot, well, it looks like this actually might be perfect here. We're going to hit this kind of turn at a perfect time. But this might be something that you kind of request the right deviation for, because you see a bunch of clear air there, not much there, not much there. That can be, realistically, that could be pretty freaking bumpy. Mexican Aviator, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream on Twitch and YouTube. You the best, bro. You the best. Strips in on logos and wings can come off, and we're going to leave the seatbelt signs on for a little while, as this looks like some pretty bumpy skies out here. But yeah, definitely there's a pretty solid line of storms, which is referred to as a squall line, down around the Nashville area. So we might do some deviating as we get down there, and just kind of, we'll see how everything looks. Let's actually take a look at this weather radar. I feel like I have it off right now. We could, should put it on map or weather? I don't know, let's put it on weather. Might not, I'm assuming that's probably the radar. Oh shoot, I didn't arm the thrust reversers, I guess, but I don't think I think I can disarm them at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
No, you cannot serve sandwiches. Mexican Aviator said, how was your morning? I spent my morning modding the Slammer Air library. Did you really, Mexican Aviator? My morning was good, though. Made the drive back up here, and was excited to stream today, so here we are. Changed the flight deck to a much older 320. Really interesting. That's pretty cool. Do the CRT screens. Did you actually do the CRT screens? I was kind of just kidding. I didn't. Oh, no. No. There we go. All right, 318,000. Let's go ahead and hit our standard altimeter setting. Let me see. Sent a couple screenshots. Oh my gosh, you did do the CRT screens. I didn't even realize. Wow. Oh wait, no, also that wasn't, my bad, that wasn't V-Lone's friend that was in the crash, that was, Vu Fan Man. Just came up and just said the V, I thought it was just V-Lone. That's sick though, Mexican Aviator, it looks really good. So now at this point, you know, we're kind of above all the weather, it still might be a little bit choppy above everything. You could probably just turn the weather radar off for right now. You know, so it might still not be necessarily seatbelts off time, depending on how bumpy it is or isn't. But yeah, so we can actually take a look at Navigraph and see, you know, what we're thinking about in terms of deviating later on. So right now there's just this little cell that's going to be to the north. It actually does have some purple in it. So that's definitely something you want to stay out of. But again, we're probably going to be above that. Let's see, flight level 3, does it do this? That's just for the wind, I think. But anyway, that's off to our right side, so we'll honestly, let's see if we can see it yet. You'd probably be able to notice something purple like that. Be like to our, like out to the front of us, somewhere out that way. It'd probably not look so flat, but anyway. So coming through, we should be pretty much smooth sailing all the way until we get a little bit closer to Nashville, and I'm guessing all this is moving west to east. Yeah, it's moving like northeast, kind of like right at us. So, okay, so that's not really doing anything, but... Is this now? Okay, there we go. So it's going to kind of keep moving this way. So we'll probably need like a south deviation once we get somewhere down this way. Kind of deviate to the south once we get to maybe to like Jonan, and then bring it back to the right to kind of swing through and like punch this line, and then we'll be to the north of the airport. All this should stay. Hopefully this cell doesn't, I mean, that kind of looks like it's going right for it, but hopefully this cell misses, and we can just go whoop, whoop, and get right down in there. So yeah, so that's kind of how you look at deviations realistically. I mean, you're literally just picking through. And realistically too, you could probably just you probably wouldn't even have to go south. I mean, that would be the smoothest ride because there isn't anything down here at all. You could kind of just come straight north and just go over top of all this and just go that way. But this might be a little uncomfortable, especially if this continues to develop and turns into something like that. That would be no good to go through. So we'll see once we get to it. We probably got about an hour or so until we get there. We've got an hour and 28 minutes of airtime, just like we did last time, until we closed out of it, and an hour and 56 minutes from gate to gate. So, yeah, we've got ourselves a little bit of time. Set up the heading bug. Mexican Aviator said, I wonder if I can share files so we can have two options of coming to Slammer Air Library to make it easier than installing the mod. To make it easier than installing the mod. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting. I'm not sure if we have that capability or not. Let's also see, I'm going to check on ForeFlight and see how accurate that weather radar is. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. That's pretty similar to what's actually out there right now. Got to be on our game once we hit our cruising altitude here. Can't be over speed. Oh yeah. That actually reminds me to... Sure, that works. Here we go, coming up on, we're 1,000 to go to flight level 340. Lemon Shaw said, honestly, if I had to pick an area of what I'm the most nervous for when I learn how to fly next year, it would be the medical part. Because since I technically have a disability, even though it's really minor, and my vision from far away is bad if I double vision. Yeah, honestly, dude, the vision isn't really that big of a deal. You will have to get some sort of, I don't know exactly how it works, but you'll have to get some kind of like thing on your medical that says, hey, like I need corrective lenses. But as long as you have correctable 20/20 vision, you should be fine. Or even, I don't even know if the standard's 20/20 or not, but just correctable enough to that point where it's like, we're gonna start pulling these throttles back to around 1800. And then we're gonna try to cruise. I will try to get like 80, 81, 82 maybe. We'll try to get something pretty quick here. Let's see. Holy crap, I went way low. The disability, I don't know how that would work. It would just depend on what it is and how your doctor would, I don't know. It depends on like if you take meds or if you need meds. Like it just kind of depends on what that is. Like, you know, so again, it really just depends on what it is. And then again, the glasses thing really isn't that big of a deal. It's kind of just like one of those things where it's like, okay, it'll say it on your medical, like needs contacts, needs glasses, needs something. And then that will be a part of like your thing though. Like you'll, like every day when you go to fly, like you will have to have that or else technically it will be illegal to fly. So, yeah, that won't be that big of a deal though. But yeah. Yeah, medicals, man. You gotta know them. Basic med was something that I struggled with in terms of my like private check ride and stuff, and I still kind of struggle with it, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to look more into it as time goes on here. But basic med is something that I struggled with, and I mean, just like I said, man, know the medical stuff inside and out. First class, second class, third class, how long for each and everything like that. The different conditions and stuff, because it's something that never goes away. You know, it's something that, you know, when you're going for your first airline job, flying a jet like this, or your private pilot's license, like everybody's got a medical. You know, everybody's got a medical when they're flying, so it's just one of those things you got to know. Let me show us that I have level 1 autism, which is the least severe, plus OCD. I'm taking no medicine. My autism is basically non-existent. Well, that's probably fine. Sounds good to me, but I'm not an aviation medical examiner, so don't hold me to that. But like I said, it sounds like it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. We'll go ahead and get the seatbelt signs off here. No smoking signs, got to stay on. Oh wait, let me see. Off, there we go. Trying to get this speed right. About 52 minutes to Nashville, it looks like, at this point. So just under an hour. Is that the EKN, that airport? This airport right here, let's see. If that's EKN, I've actually been there. Yeah, that one right there. Elkin, I think, isn't it? Is that what it is? Let me see on the map. Elkins, yeah. Elkins, it's a cool little airport. Kind of a crazy approach going in there. It's like a hill on the one side. It's pretty cool though. Alright guys, got a new little overlay. Boom, right there. I feel like I have this deal with them, you know, where we get I have this code with them, but we never really talk about it. We never really do anything about it. So I want to start kind of putting it out there a little bit more for you guys. So you guys do ever want to go get something from ProDesk Sim? 5% off. I am using ProDesk Sim throttles right now, not specifically for the CRJ, but I have the 320 series and the 737. They just bring the sim to life. It's really, really cool. No, not you, Siri. Lemon Straw says, sorry if I ever bring up random stuff or topics. I just like talking. Hey, man, that's what we're here to do, right? That's what makes a chat. It's a chat for a reason, right? It's not called the silent. You're allowed to say things, and it's encouraged. So that's all right. Okay. Talking is welcome. Well said, Hardress. Hardress, how are you, sir? First of the day. All right. Got a good verse of the day today, it looks like, too. Chilling dude playing Rust? Nice, dude. Love Rust. Do you watch Rust YouTube at all? Ooh, looks like we're gonna run into a center here. Indy Center. Oh, and Nashville Tower's online. All right, nice. Very cool. Woo, somebody's going JFK to Auckland. Holy crap, that's a long flight. I was literally just looking at this here. So one of these guys is a little citation or something at flight level 400, and the other one is a big 330 Neo, 330-900, going to Toronto, flight level 350. One famous guy whose name started with W infiltrated base is Wellen. Probably Wellen, bro. Wellen's the GOAT. Indy Center is going to be on 2822.5. 128. Okay. 128225. Come to. Yeah, he's the GOAT, bro. So put that in the standby as we just kind of cruise along. All right, I have to submit something for school. Getting a little bumpy up here at flight level 340. Oh, I see. I see what I did wrong. sentence that identifies the topic of my paper. That's what's first. SimCFI, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Keep an eye out for the update. Woo, definitely will, dude. I've been checking every time I get on to fly. I've been checking for the update, dude, because I'm pumped to see it. But thank you, bro. Crazy Frank's crazy videos. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Sick name 07 08 OH. Anybody? Okay. I think this one should be good. I'm in the process of installing 2020 again as my system hates 2024. Needs to be optimized more. See, that's interesting, Crazy Frank, because I think 2024, I think it works better sometimes. I think, at least on my system, and I have a pretty, like, at this point, mid-system, right? I mean, it does what it needs to do, but I feel like 2024 opens faster. And sometimes runs smoother, but I get what you're saying, though. But, yeah, 2020 is just the GOAT, bro. I have them both installed right now, and I play 2020 way more than I play 2024, so I think 2020 is just better. Still with all the add-ons and everything, all the sceneries we have and everything. I think tomorrow, though, I will say the one thing that 2024 has that 2020 doesn't is a good DFW scenery. So whenever we get to flying in DFW, I think we're gonna go with 2024. So we will do that. Hello? Plus, can't fly my CRJs. I got them if the 2020 marketplace or not 2024 marketplace yet either. Dang. That is a bummer. Actually, let me just do this. Thanks for thinking out a cool name. It's a crazy name. I like it. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. I made a sandwich. Have they bing bonged us yet? They haven't. Are they still online? We're very much in their airspace. Let's go ahead and give them a call.
You'd be surprised what this thing baby can do.
What the heck?
Are you just sticking your hand out the window as an air brake? Pretty much. Attention Mark, other Rick Sand Center is closing in about 10 minutes.
Okay. Indy Center, hello, Blue Streak 5318 at flight level 340, just a few miles southeast of the Charleston PR.
Blue Streak 5318, Indy Center, radar contact, clear direct Grote.
Alright, direct Grote, Blue Streak 5318, thanks. Grote, I
Indy
believe is
Center, good
the,
afternoon, FedEx
yeah,
5236 Heavy, flying runway heading, passing
That's a great
2,700, coming
shortcut.
to 5,000.
FedEx 5236, Indy Center, radar
There it is,
contact,
direct
climb
Grote.
maintain
Next to you, that goes
13,000,
really
turn
low.
right heading 350 vector sphere climb.
Alright, so we are direct to Grote.
Sorry, could you,
That's the
repeat
first
that
fix
guy a
on
little
the
bit? FedEx
arrival.
5236.
Climb maintain 13,000, right turn heading 350.
Fine, 13,000, right turn 250.
Which update? Sorry, I missed that. Crazy Frank, what were you talking about? What update?
Indianapolis Center, good afternoon, American 1410, 3,400.
American 1410, New Center, radar contact, climb maintain
Oh,
level
the
350,
update for the
circle left
CRJs.
direct on.
There's another update coming out soon.
There's 5236 Heavy, clear direct Sax.
Alright, it looks like
Clear direct.
getting a little bumpy up here, so let's go ahead and set everybody sound in the back. Set everybody down.
FedEx
Right?
5236.
Delta 995, Memphis Center is closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Switches to K, approved Delta 995.
Number 6 Charlie Foxtrot, the London Airport, 12 o'clock, 18 miles report. What do you have in sight?
We saw this broken down the cloud several calls, but
Number 6 Charlie Foxtrot, center maintain 3,600.
3,000. Indianapolis Center, American 1410, you say 350 or 340?
American 1410, I'm showing 350 in your flight plan.
That's correct, that's the plan with you. Thank you.
Southwest 1377,
Oh, Crazy Frank, these are your favorite jets to fly.
Frequency change approved.
Are they going to be on the 2024 marketplace too then? I'm not sure.
Yeah, have a good day.
I'm really not sure. I got them from the AEROSOFT store, so.
I'll tell you on the traffic observed between you and the Madison Airport. Port die for cancellation in the air on the ground is frequency. Frequency change approved.
Cancel IFR now, frequency improved 85 Golf Tango.
I got Tango cancellation received. Have a
So
good day.
something else that I'd be thinking about
Thank you.
with the shortcut that he gave us, in terms of, you know, realistically and all realistic flying and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
it is
why is this-
2213. Chicago Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved,
United 2213. Alright, that was 2 at once. Who was not United 2213?
This is a great shortcut for us because going
I
direct
want
to
to consider
Grote,
other contact. Want to maintain level
we might still
370.
clip a little bit of this
and
type
turn
of
left
stuff
direct
here.
Mario.
Yeah, what? Anyway, we might clip a little bit of this stuff. So we might ask for just some left deviations at some point. Keep heading a little bit farther south because this is moving northeast, so we'll kind of be able to parallel it coming this way. And then, like I said, we'll be able to kind of vector ourselves in and stuff like that and do what we need to do, so. And looks like
6 Charlie Foxtrot, 12 o'clock, 1 mile.
is our top percent really in 20 miles?
Finish 5236, Chicago Center is closed for the climb your discretion. Registered terminated for exchange approved.
For the climb on discretion, Chicago's offline, heading to advisory, FedEx 5256, good day.
Indy Center, good evening. Frontier Flight 3858 with you, passing 2,200 for 5,000, heading 210.
Modified 3858, Indy Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000.
Roads out or below flight
Sorry,
level
maintain
230. I don't know why it doesn't have
8,000.
that. You can't, but we're 180 miles from Grove. Currently they are landing 20 left, 20 right.
3858, Clitoric Dawn, climb and maintain 900,000.
And we have 20 left.
Direct
plugged in,
down,
I do
900,000,
believe.
Frontier Flight 3858.
109.35.
6 Charlie Foxtrot, at the field in sight.
Field on site, 6 right, hot shot.
6 Charlie Foxtrot, clear visual approach to the London Airport, port outside cancellation in the air on the ground, the frequency, free change approved.
That's about it.
My favorite change for another 6 right, hot shot.
Good evening, Indianapolis Center, Delta 926 with you at flight level 250,
Minimum.
270.
Delta 926 in the
All right,
center.
751.
Radar contact, well, go for it.
Go 760. Shouldn't really need them. I think it's pretty. I think it's a VFR.
Modified 3858, Connor maintains level 370.
Scattered at 600. We'll see.
I maintain flight level
That could be a
370,
VFR, but-
Frontier Flight 3858.
I'm ready to take a Bravo, center maintain 3000.
2,000, 713, no problem.
All right, so again, you know, in the sim, well, 340, we might be above all this stuff, so we really might not need any deviations. Just depends where it's all at.
And so they think about, I don't think we're ever signing approach. Are we expecting the 18 ILS 18 left?
And we're taking a Bravo from 18 left.
It will be ILS 18 left. 713, no problem.
Anything Bravo that should be within the ATIS, yes.
Yeah, but I still need it to be assigned. I still don't know if I have anything specific. Where we got that plan?
If it's the only approach in the ATIS, as far as I know, you don't really need to say the approach name.
It's still required, but it doesn't matter right now.
Dang, this guy's going at him. Anyway, Crazy Frank said, stupid question, but are you 2024 or 2020? No stupid questions
Bravo,
here,
turn
but this
right,
is
heading 090,
2020.
approach.
Right, General Manager, vectors, 72.
Alright guys, let's take a look at the verse of the day. We got Luke 18:14. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but everyone who humbles himself will be exalted. This is a great parable being told by Jesus here. I literally being told right here. We'll take a look at it. You know, the Gospel of Luke is very interesting. He tells things in a lot of different ways than all the other disciples do. So once again, you know, we talk a lot about context around here, and this is actually the last verse of this
Station
whole.
Bravo, cancellation received. Have a good day.
This is the last verse in this whole parable. There's definitely more context to be had from this verse, but it definitely sums it up. You know, and this is one of those verses that it's a good kind of gut check every once in a while. Like, everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, right? If you kind of talk yourself up and hype yourself up, whatever, if you try to be cocky, you're going to get humbled eventually. But if you're always humbling yourself, you'll be exalted as somebody who's humble, a hard worker, you know, seen in the ways that
Bravo,
you want to be seen.
From Ferry, maintain 3,000 until established on the local
So,
address with the ILS runway 18.
That's kind of what I think about that last part.
3,000 until established, square ILS 25. Safety number low.
But we're going to go through verses 9 through 14 on Enduring Word. Enduring Word's a great website. It breaks down every verse, everything you could ever want.
American 14, 10.
And this is titled A Lesson on Humility.
Whatever's going on.
Like I said, it's the
But
last
unfortunately, here in a minute or two, I'm going to be closed.
verse
Registered mid-free exchange approved.
in the whole parable. So let's read through it. Starting at verse 9, he spoke this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they
Number 300 golf,
were
he did now
righteous and
7
despised others.
more than an hour old.
2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this tax collector. Back in the day, they hated tax collectors, right? I mean, obviously, nobody likes paying taxes, so they hated tax collectors back in the day.
Okay,
so
we had
this
an
guy
internet
was saying, man, thank you, Lord,
connection,
that
problem, but we're back.
I'm not like
so
this.
we're
Thank
okay.
you, Lord Jesus, that
on
I'm
the
not
start.
like this guy.
Alright, Blue Streak 53.
And then he starts listing some things that he does, right? Some of the works. I fast twice a week, I give tithes of all that I possess. And the tax collector standing afar off would not so much as raise his eyes to heaven and beat on his chest saying,
5318, it'll be about 40%, but cross growth added and maintained level 230. Better service terminated, free exchange approved.
Oh, cross grow to flight level 230 and over to the dark side. Blue Streak 5218, thanks for the TC, good night. Let's hold bug up flight level 230.
And our right Tango Bravo, the wind 230 at 9 runway 18 left clear to land.
We will go back to the dark side. Oh, I didn't mean to dive in. And then what's the frequency for the tower in Nashville? 18.6. We'll have that ready for us as well. Alright. Alright, anyways, going back to our verse of the day. So we're with the tax collector who's standing far away, not even able to really look to God, not even really able to look to heaven. He's so distraught with himself. He's saying, beating on his chest, saying, God, be merciful to me. I'm a sinner. I tell you, this man, and that was it. So the tax collector says, God, be merciful to me. I'm a sinner. And then Jesus says, I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself to be humbled, he who humbles himself to be exalted. So this Pharisee, you know, somebody in fine clothes and this and that and the other thing, you know, is praying and says, God, thank you so much that I'm not like this person or that person or adulterers or this or that other thing. I fast twice a week and I give all my tithes. I give tithes of all the things that I possess, all these things that I do. All right, me. And then he talks about the tax collector, who, again, seen as much less righteous than the Pharisee, certainly in that time. standing much farther away, not even able to look at God in heaven. You can see him, right? He's like on his knees, like looking down at the dirt. In a super intense moment, just kind of beating on his chest, saying, God, I am a sinner. Be merciful to me. Jesus says that guy beating on his chest, saying, I'm a sinner, I can't even look at you, Lord, is more justified than the other because he's humbling himself versus the Pharisee who's exalting himself, saying, thank you, I'm not like this person or that person or whatever. So definitely a lesson to be learned there. And I've been both. You know, I've been caught for sure being like, thank you, Lord, that I don't really have to deal with this or, you know, that problem, this, that, or the other thing. I've definitely kind of been there. But I feel like also that it's also not necessarily always a bad thing, right? To give God glory and say, like, thank you that, you know, I guess that I don't have to deal with these things. I don't know if I'm strong enough to deal with these things. You look at people going through cancer, going through stuff like that. Like, I don't know if I'm strong enough to deal with those type of issues. So thank you that I don't have to. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing to say. I really don't know. But anyway, generally speaking, you want to be more in that, you don't want to say those types of things to exalt yourself though, right? Because we're all the tax collector at the end of the day, right? None of us can do anything, tithe or whatever the Pharisee was saying. What do you say? Tithe and fast twice a week, like all this stuff. You know, we can't do enough to be good enough to warrant exalting ourselves. Right? We're all sinners. We all fall short of the glory of God. That's something that we all have in common. And we can never, ever, ever do enough to get to that point where we can exalt ourselves. So it's important to be in that mindset of the tax collector more often than not, and be able to say, hey, I know I fall short. I know I struggle with this. And I'm a sinner and I can't even look at you, God, because of how much I've sinned, because of how wrong I am. And a lot of times, like I said, that's the best place to be. So just think about it sometimes. Check yourself if you think maybe you're being a little bit too, you're exalting yourself a little bit too much. So it looks like we do still have a top of descent waypoint. I don't know what this is showing up here. Let me see if I like recycle this. No, I don't know. I believe we have everything set for our approach and everything. We've got the frequency hard tuned in there. It was 109.35, I thought. Was it? Did it change itself? No, it's 109.35, 201 final approach course switch. We won't have to change till later. Yeah, everything is kind of looking good for right now. And we might honestly not even need any deviations. So far, so good in terms of the weather and everything. So we're looking all right. Got the seatbelt signs on because we are kind of still in it up here at flight level 340. We're just, looks like we're just above it at this point. Looking good. feel like we haven't spent much time out this window, this flight. This is not the last flight of the night, guys. We're going from Charlotte to, I'm sorry, we're going from Nashville to Charlotte after this as well. We're going to be Blue Streak 5083 going from Nashville to Charlotte, guys. So stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to consider becoming a member and checking out the stream over on Twitch as well, and subbing and following over there if you guys haven't yet. Much appreciate all that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back here for the arrival and for the top of descent and everything like that. I just want to go. I want to take one more little break, and I'll be right back. Alright. What if you weren't human? The day I learned I was artificial in animated film I'm working on. Oh, I thought you were asking me. Dang, that's crazy, dude. That sounds fun, though. Alright, center is offline now. Tower is still online, so we're going to hope that they stay for us. And let's see, anything going on over there in Charlotte? We got some interesting stuff going on over here. We got Raleigh approach, Greensboro approach. Nothing in Charlotte, though. Where's Charlotte in regards to... Oh, there we go, to the southwest, a little bit of those two. Based on a great movie, Daryl. I've never seen it. That sounds interesting, though. Coming up on the top of descent, we're going to wait till we get past it a little bit. I did a calculation about 20 miles from our top of descent is where we're going to want to start. If we do the 3,000 feet a minute and idle thrust thing that SIP-TFI taught us, so... Bro, Windwing is genuinely like changing flight sim, bro, and I'm so here for it. I cannot wait. .320 fan. What's one we do? Did I miss something they're releasing? No, I saw a picture that they posted on their Instagram or video, and it was just like about their mounts and different type of things that they have available. All right, let's go ahead and start our descent now. We're gonna go ahead and vertical speed 3,000 this bad boy and go to idle thrust. Here we go. And 290 on the speed still is what we're gonna be shooting for. So we'll see. Maybe we don't do. Is that what we're shooting for? We could do 280, I guess, if we had to, but I thought it might be 270 in the descent. 290 in the descent, yeah. So somewhere right around there. Actually need some juice still, it looks like. 320 fan, it's not really, again, I don't think it's really anything new. I think it's just like seeing the mounts that you can do and stuff like that, like to put the MCP on, to put the, like hold the McDoos and stuff like that. Like it genuinely, you can just make it look like a flight deck, dude. Like, and it's so cool. And I really, I am looking forward to being able to get involved in that one of these days. All right, so it looks like all the, you know, again, in terms of deviations and whatnot, it looks like all of the weather is to the southwest of us right now, or well, I guess just to the south of us. I mean, so we're not going to go any more this way, so we can pretty much just kind of stay here. Maybe this yellow stuff might be a little uncomfortable, but it'll be all right. So yeah, looking good. We probably won't even need any deviations. And it's just so hard to tell versus like this in real life. Like it's way easier to tell what you're going to need to do in real life, you know, when you're looking at it and like, okay, that looks nasty. We don't want to go through that. Like everything looks the same in the sim, so it is what it is. But anyway, in terms of bussing on down to our altitude here, it looks like we're going to meet our restriction here at flight level 230. So why don't we do this? Why don't we also give me freaking indicated airspeed here. Go at 290 on the speed. It looks like we're hit our 230, so let's set 200 and make sure we are going to hit that. Gonna be pretty solid IMC for the majority of the way, it seems. I would imagine we kind of go through some layers and stuff here. Let's see what's the temperature outside. Do we need any anti-ice? Where is the temperature outside? Okay, I don't know, like, total air temperature or I think it's a static air temperature? I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what you would go off of in terms of like using anti-ice equipment or not, you know. Our seatbelt signs are on already, so we're good to go there. Like I said, we're kind of just diving our way down into Nashville right now. Let's see. Let's just make sure we have the weather information. Information Bravo's current going into Nashville. 150 at 4, 10 miles. Few at 600, scattered at 9,000, broken 13,000, broken 20,000. Temperature 2982 on the altimeter, and we're gonna keep. Let's see. Let's do 12,000. Let's set that, so we can essentially go all the way down to 12,000. It says for this one. So let's. Oh, is it actually leveling off? Looks like it was. Yeah, let's go vertical speed. Keep it coming down. 3,000 a minute. I guess we might not have to do 3,000 a minute. Let's just see where 12,000 puts us. Yeah, let's do this. Let's put 10,000 in there. And just make sure we'll be at 10,000 by Arab. You can do it, thank you. I think we're good in terms of everything too. We got the radio stuff plugged in, index, whatever. I think we're alright. Like we talked about too here, guys, the mark of a good airplane is how good it is in the turnaround. So, you know, we're going to put this thing to the test here. All right, we're through already. 2982. Hello. What is this? Did approach come online? Memphis Center. Okay, 3255. Let me set my altimeter setting first. 2982. So that way we have that set for them. 3255 is Memphis Center. Is it 555 or 550? 550, okay. Memphis Center, hello. Blue Streak 5318 is out of 16,000 descending via.
Blue Streak 5318, Memphis Center, ident.
We're cooking. Identing. You don't actually have to say identing, don't say it. When you get in your flight training, don't say identing. No one likes that. You don't have to say it. I don't have many pet peeves while I'm flying. Like, people don't like whenever you check on with, like, with you or whatever. I really don't mind when people say, like, with you or anything like that.
Blue Streak 5318, radar contact 40 miles southeast of the Bowling Green via Ward. Descend via the Paisley for arrival. Nashville landing north. Correction, Nashville landing south, Nashville altimeter 2982.
Alright, 2982, position altitude checks. We're descending via the Paisley 4. We'll expect the southerly landing. We've got 20 left plugged in for Blue Streak 5318.
Roger, you can expect the You can expect the ILS runway 20 left.
Looks like the ILS 20 left. Thanks, Blue Streak 5218. All right, let's get the speed break out. We were cooking a little bit there for a second. We'll have to be 250 under 10. So we'll get ready for that. Do we have 20 left? Is that what we had? Yeah, 20 left. Okay, great. Well, this is fun. Center's online, and I believe Tower is still. Yes, Tower still is online. So when we leave, we'll have Tower and then Center. So that'll be great. That'll be great. I've heard Beyond ATC. I've heard a lot of things about Beyond ATC. We've got a large Beyond ATC following around here, so I have heard some of that. All right, we're 1,000 to go till 10,000 feet. This is at 10,000 or above. After that, it's above 7,000. So once we level off here at 10, we'll slow to 250, which I'm going to set up for now. Excuse me. We're going to slow to 250 knots as we level at 10,000. And we are going to go from there. We're going to arm the thrust reversers as well. We forgot to do that for takeoff. You definitely want to do that for landing. So we'll cross Carup at 10,000 and then drop it down to 7,000 after this. And as we kind of slow to that 250 knots, we'll start adding some power to catch it. So we don't blow through the speed, that's for sure. We definitely don't want that. It takes a long time to capture an altitude in this plane. I don't know how much juice we're going to need.
Frontier Flight 3312 Memphis Sunrise then.
Looks about good. 250
American
knots.
3122 radar contact.
Let's go 7,000. So he gave us clearance to descend via, right? So that's what he said. He said you're clear to descend via. So that's exactly what we're going to do. That means that we essentially don't need to check in with him in terms of like altitudes and stuff like that. Like, oh, hey, you know, he did clear us down to 7,000 feet or whatever. No, he cleared us to descend via. So we're good to do everything we need to meet our altitudes and everything. And let's get a little bit less vertical speed to hopefully hold that speed so we don't have to do any speed break. Skystream, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And want to go to 7,000. Just gonna level it off a little bit more as well. After this,
Allegiant 234 radar contact.
well, we should only have one more fix after this, actually. It should be 7,000 and then 6,000 at mud. Yeah, we just have mud at 6,000, so. Did have speeds? Yeah, 250 knots at mud is our speed restriction for the day, so about 1,600 on the fuel work last time. Pretty good.
683 Memphis Sunrise then.
Full squawk ident.
What? That's a new one, bro. Will squawk ident? Bro, that makes me so angry. Why did he say that?
45,000 for 6,000.
Delta 2197 Memphis Center, climb and maintain level 330. So have a 683 radar contact, 28 miles southeast of the pocket, City View, welcome. Blue Streak 5318, descend to maintain 3,000.
Alright, descend to maintain 3,000, Blue Streak 5318. Alright, there we go. So now that kind of disregards everything. We're just going to do what he says, go down to 3,000 feet here. We'll do like, we'll keep our 250 knots until he says otherwise. We'll do like 2,000 feet a minute. We don't got to do anything crazy here. Always set for 245 so I don't get fined for speeding. Well, so the thing is crazy, Franks, is you do have to be careful. You don't want to be doing like 290, but they don't see your indicated airspeed. I'm pretty sure they see your ground speed. So they don't know for sure what speed you're indicating, right? The rule is 250 knots indicated. Our ground speed right now is 265 knots. And we are doing like 255, so we can pull it back a little bit more. We'll maybe go to idle here. But our ground speed is 265 knots. So to, you know, for anything that he knows, we're doing 265 right now. So yeah, actually they, you could, you know, as long as they don't ask, you can get away with some speeding.
FedEx 1981, Memphis Center, climb and maintain level 330.
One to go. Career mode does though? Oh, well, yeah. True. And mud after mud, it says track at 270 heading, so let's just kind of do 270 and we'll just go. Actually, is it gonna nav mode us 270? That'd be kind of cool. I really don't know how that works, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like it's nav moding 270. We're just gonna go heading mode 270. It says we're 20 left from body. We're then on track 270. Expect radar vectors of the final approach course. So right now we're just kind of on this 270 heading. We're like after the arrival at this point. We're still on the arrival, but like there's no more fixes. So it just says 270 heading essentially for right now. Dude, 250 feels like you're cooking when you're this low. Look at this. Sheesh. We're hauling. Should hopefully get a turn here shortly.
Delta 686 Memphis Center right there.
And since we're on headings right now pretty much anyways, we can actually just go, how do you change this? I think, oh, nav source right here. We can go FM or localizer. So we've got courses 003, that's not right. ISSX, that is the identifier.
Delta 686 radar
So our
contact 31
course
miles
is
east of the time left VOR 1.
201. So we'll spin this back around. Vu Fanman, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How is your flight? Nautrin, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream as well. Hope you're having a good day. This is Microsoft 2020, man. This is Microsoft 2020. All right, we're going to start slowing down to like 210 knots because I think this guy kind of lost track of us a little bit. I don't want to blow through the localizer, so we're going to kind of just send it like idle-ish. How you doing, Vu? Sounds like a pretty rough day with your friend and everything.
Delta 1224 Memphis Center, climb and maintain level 330.
What's Delta 2024? Yeah, Vu, we are going to Nashville
Blue
right
Streak
now.
5318, turn left heading 180, intercept runway 20 left localizer.
Alright, left to 180, intercept 28, or 20 left localizer for Blue Streak 5318. Yeah, so he's giving us a heading essentially to go all the way back around. And we're going to, he said intercept the localizer, so what we'll do here is we'll hit nav mode, and you'll see lock 1 come up. Oh, we're going slow. Which is actually not necessarily a bad thing, but I definitely don't want to be going this slow necessarily. Let's go flaps 1 just for the sake of the fact that we're this slow anyways. We still probably want to be somewhere in the realm of 200 knots. What's this flap speeds again for flaps 8 is 230. Let's go flaps 8 then. Oh shoot, wait, this one here. There we go. Let's go like flaps 8. 180 on the heading for now. Yeah, going to Nashville VU, and we're going out of Nashville again here shortly as well.
5318. Maintain 3,000 to establishment on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 20 left approach.
3,000 to establish on the localizer, clear the ILS 20 left, blue streak 5318. Where is the approach mode? There it is. Glide slope is capturing, that was perfect timing. Let's go ahead and pull the speed back. Let's maybe do 180 on the speed for now. So 3,000 till established, we did capture the glide slope, so we should be, let's just go to idle, because it's going to kind of send us through this here. He kind of screwed us on this approach, but that's okay. We're going to go gear down so we don't get too fast. What's the next flap speed? 220 for flaps 20. Let's go flaps 20. What's thoughts on 2024? I just don't think it's like ready. I don't know. It's just early, right?
Contact Nashville Tower 118.6.
Idaho Tower, blue streak 5318. Have a good one. Oh boy. Nashville Tower, good evening. Blue streak 5318, ILS 20 left. All right, gears down.
Blue streak 5318, Nashville Tower, help.
Flaps 30.
Winds 150 at 4, and 20 left, clear to land.
20 left, clear to land. Blue streak 5318. Did it, what was that? Oh, shoot. 142 on the speed. Yikes. Okay, wait, it is set. 142 on the speed. Let's go flaps full. Let's get some landing rates in the chat here, guys. 210 knots, 500 feet. How do you get that realistic ATC? This is a real person. That's how it's VATSIM. Nalton, this is VATSIM, so it is a real person. Weather's rough down there, which is up there. Winds are at 22 knots. Really, it's reporting calm in the sim right now, pretty much. What do you say, 5 knots, something like that? Oh, geez. Hopefully this isn't the stutter of doom. Do you love in-game career mode? I could do the walk around. Yeah, that's always cool, dude. This was about an hour ago? Okay, yeah. Well, the storm and the weather kind of moved through, so that's probably why you're kind of on the backside of everything here in Nashville, so hopefully that's probably why. All right, guys. Landing rates are in the chat. Let's get it done. Let's see what we got going on. We haven't been getting the landing rate actually from landing rate monitor, so we'll see how this goes here. Like I said, guys, we got another flight going from Nashville to Charlotte after this if anybody wants to fly along, so don't go anywhere though. And we are clear to land. Thrust reversers are armed. We're getting a little slow. We're correcting on that. Slow and low is never a good combo, which is what we are right now. Definitely bumpy or something.
300. Minimums.
Okay, here we go.
200. 100.
Dipped a little high, but that's why we got a long runway.
30, 20, 10.
Oh, okay, dude. I did not think I was that low. That's crazy. Reversers are out. Oh, geez. That was a rough one, guys. That was a rough one. Hey, we didn't flip it, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. We'll expect to get off at the right here. Still got it. Even though we're not flying for Slammer Air, we still got it. Loving the Slammer emoji from 320 fan. Oh my gosh. Naltron, do you have to buy something extra to get the cool sceneries? Are they standard with 2020? Haven't used a home since it's the first prepared 3D. This is a payware scenery. But some of them are like okay to the point where you don't necessarily need payware, but this is a payware scenery, so. Did the passengers scream? Yes, the passengers did scream, Nalton. Or Naltron, sorry.
Blue Streak
There we go.
5318, contact ground point 9 or so.
Oh. Okay, over to ground. Blue Streak 5013. Thanks for ATC. Talk to you on the way up.
Currently not at the gate
I did not
just yet.
know that they were online.
Keep the seatbelts fastened until we get to the gate.
21.9.
Have the seatbelt sign off, and you'll be free to move on. Thank you very much.
Hey, ground Blue Streak 5318. We're clear of 20 left.
Blue Streak 5318, Nashville ground. Good evening. What gate do you possess this evening?
Oh, that's a good question. Just stand by. I can look it up.
I mean, it's wide open, so literally wherever.
I figured. Do you have any idea where just American usually goes?
Honestly, I think either probably Bravo or Charlie. So if you just make your second left-hand turn onto Juliet and go up Juliet and up Tango 6 into the ramp, and I want to say it's either Bravo or Charlie they usually park at.
All right, well, Charlie's closer, so hopefully Charlie, but we'll just go Juliet Tango 6 into the ramp, and we'll talk to you on the way up. Blue Streak 5313. All right, we'll go flight director off for right now. Naltron said, I fly the Boeing. That was smooth in my book. Amen. Well said. Limp said, that was my landing prediction, but didn't want to say it out loud. Limp with a generational lurk, man. Welcome, Limp. How are you doing today, sir? And let's get the APU started as well. We get the gauges come up, the invites, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead. Oh, a little early on the start. Oh, nope, it started. Yeah, I think also at this point, Slammer is just an acceptable, like, landing rate prediction. You can just say it. You could just say, I think you're going to crater it. And you'll probably be right, so. Ooh, flaps are still down. Up the hill, and then the only right we can take, it looks like, is on to Tango 6. So we'll get rocking and rolling. I'll actually get this flight plan filed right now. Blue Streak 5083, we're going Nashville to Charlotte. Actually, I'll wait because we're going to deboard the passengers and everything anyways. We're not in any hurry tonight, guys, so we're going to have a nice night here. Nice little evening flight. Well, I guess not really evening yet, on the way down to over to Charlotte, guys. So hope you guys have enjoyed that first one. And like I said, get ready for one more over to Charlotte. We're going to be doing some PSA ops this week. Maybe some more stuff out of Charlotte tomorrow. And then we're going to be looking at doing some stuff out of Dallas later on this week as well. So Dallas and Charlotte are going to be the two main ones I think that we do. What was the landing rate? I don't know. Landing rate monitor hasn't been giving them to me lately. And I think maybe that was a part of the whole, like, how everything got reset like I was talking about. Those gates look more like regional gates over there. This might kind of be cool. We'll just go to one of these. What runway they're using for departure? 20 center? Where the heck is 20 center? Okay, I see it. So we'll just go a little bit down this way because we'll have to make the left onto Tango 4 and then Tango 4 probably cross 3-1 and we'll take that. So we'll just go to one of these gates down here a little bit. Take us, what do we got here? Charlie 18. Neltron, do you fly the Boeing in real life or do you fly in the simulator? All right, we'll go ahead and stop it there, set the parking brake, and get our taxi lights off. Beacon lights are going to stay on for now. All that stuff is good. APU is online, so let's go ahead and, yeah, I guess we're going to have to do that anyways.
Services.
We just go ahead and pull both of those bad boys back. Deboarding, we'll just do ASIG, I guess. Under 10% on the N1s, we can go ahead and flick the beacon light off as well. APU is just going to stay on for right now. Oh, we got the wing lights and stuff on still. We could keep the logo lights on, but the wing lights got to come off. All right, guys, just like that, welcome to Nashville. We're just going to do some deboarding here and then get ready for our flight on over to Charlotte. And I'm going to file for that right now, which I'm going to disconnect from this simulator, or this flight, I mean. I forgot the doors are over here and everything. Real life trying to get back into the Sims, but like I said, my last one was Prepare 3D when it came out. Dang, dude. Nice. That's sick. What airframe are you on in particular? 73, 777, 75. All right, let's send that to Navigraph, and we're gonna go VATSIM. File that flight plan, Blue Streak 5083, and we're gonna connect as such. Like I said, guys, feel free to fly along. Yeah, this is a payware scenery. You know, I don't buy anything really that's crazy expensive either. So, NG Max, nice, dude, that's sick. Do I have to open the doors on my own, or is it going to? I thought it did it on its own. Holy crap! 8 cars, nice. What does GSX want me to do here? How do you like the, okay. How do you like flying them? Do I have to put it, oh geez, I have to put the chocks in? Okay, interesting. Well, so now will GSX do the rest here, or? Okay, no. Oh, interesting, okay.
Passengers deboarding starting.
I wonder also, I had the seatbelt sign on, I wonder if that's what it was like waiting for. What the heck? Who's making all that noise? Is there anybody else here? It's so loud. I guess we're going inside. Alright, so that was that. We did get our PDC already, which is the beautiful thing about being at the more or less dead airport. So let's see what he says. He says climb maintain 4,000 feet, so we're gonna go ahead and set 4,000 initially. Here's 330. Squawk 1526. 1526. 15 and then 26 on the squawk. Go back.
Nashville ground, it's a good day. The Fallout 239er. Pushing the start, ready to taxi to 20 center.
There we go.
The Fallout 239er Nashville.
And then what else does it say?
That's a very unique call sign there. I appreciate you flying in today.
Tasmo 3 departure, Birmingham transition weight to 4,335, 3255 is the departure frequency. I've only flown Boeing, I can't really compare. Love flying Airbus someday. As a tech fan, I feel like Boeing dropped the ball with the 737. Feels ancient compared to all these newer ones. Yeah, that's fair, dude.
Well, I was reading the ATIS.
What's your thoughts on the hiring situation?
Center, but I will take whatever runway you'd like to give me.
Like, what's your thought on the hiring situation? Like, my thoughts are always like, you know, one of the biggest things right now is the fact that no airplanes are getting built.
Hadn't kicked in yet. 20 center, we are departing. I apologize.
Lip, you love this right now. Listen to these two old guys. Lip, what are you should be here right now, dude. What are you doing? Listen to these two.
You know, I'm honestly not in the mood. I just want to give my taxi instructions. Default 239. Sorry, don't mean to whiz in your Cheerios, bro.
Default 239, Roger, 20 center.
Lip, listen to these guys. You'd be best friends with both of these guys.
7 and hold short 20 right at kilo.
Good afternoon.
I will import the new flight plan, send it
Okay,
to FMS, import the
20,
payload and the fuel.
Center via Alpha.
Is it 77
Kilo,
packs again?
And then to S7, hold short. You're saying hold short of 20 right at Kilo. Okay, I'm going to say it again. 20 center via Alpha Kilo.
Listen to these
hold
guys.
Short of 20 right at Kilo, and then I'll call you. Is that correct? False 239.
Oh, I love it.
Affirmative, and I'll have you clearance before you get there.
Very good.
Okay, we'll expect 20 center for departure. What did he give us here? Tasmo 3. Next page, next page. Tasmo 3, Burmese transition. And as filed. Okay, don't do that. Departure, arrival, arriving into Charlotte. We're expecting 18 left on the flips 4. Let's check out the flips 4. So that must be a departure or arrival coming in from the west. And we'll just do vectors is fine there as well. No, we're staying. Roller coaster right now. I've heard that Boeing's delivering a lot of airplanes, so I guess the stock will go up. I mean, that's good. My prediction is that hiring will kind of take off again whenever Boeing and I guess I say Airbus, but really Pratt and Whitney kind of figure their crap out. But I mean, like I said, I guess like what's your thought process on that? And you know, are these majors gonna ever start hiring again? I mean, it seems like everything's just like a standstill, dude. You know, activate, execute. I hope that didn't just reset everything I just did. I think it just did.
We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all
What the heck?
passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Execute that. Dang it! I gotta do that all again for my 20 center. Or is it did it just? Don't you do that. Don't you do it. I'm just going to give it a second because I'm hoping that maybe...
Follow 239er, cross runway 20 right at
Okay, we're going to cross 20 right at Kilo, then continue on Kilo. Tango 4 Sierra 7, 20 right.
What the heck?
239.
Keyboard is complete. Let's request boarding.
7 to 20 center.
Yeah, that's right. I was, see, there's Tango 4. Okay, yes, I'm clear on the instructions. I'm going to cross the runway 20 right on Kilo. Then I'm going to continue on Kilo to Tango 4, then Sierra 7.
Dude,
I'll call you
crash.
when I'm ready at 20 center to follow up 239.
What's this guy's call sign?
And I'm new at this airport, so I appreciate you working with me, man. Fall 239.
The fall
Departure
off.
checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
The fall off is this guy's call sign. Dude, I'm hoping that this thing works. Let me see. Oh, the iPad's down too. It's like it's brought itself back before, so I'm hoping that's what's happening. Yeah, Nultron, that's facts, dude. Yeah, you probably don't need to put too much thought into it, I guess, but... Yeah, that's facts. Let me see if I could just maybe... hit enough buttons to undo whatever's been done. If not, I just reconnect and come back. And like I said, mark of a good airplane is a turnaround state. This is still a good airplane, obviously, but it's annoying if you can't even do a turnaround without the plane crashing. So we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let the ground controller know. Hey, ground, it's Blue Streak 5083. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect. Looks like we met at a WASM crash or something. We'll be right back.
Roger. The follow-up 239er, contact tower 118.6. Hope your day gets better.
Thanks. Tower 118.6, fall 239.
Oh my gosh. Let me just disconnect from this officially. Yeah, an Ultron, I don't know, man. I'm just nervous about it. Like that honestly, that hits kind of deep with you saying, like, even if you're not ready, just kind of go for it, because I'm in that position now where I might just have to go for it, even if, like, it's not, I don't know if it necessarily seems like the smartest decision, but like you said, I also don't know if I'll ever, I mean, I probably will eventually, but maybe it's 5-10 years from now, you know, like, who knows when I'm going to get the chance to again to go, if I don't go. Alright, where were we? We were in the Charlie gates. We kind of just came, let's see, we came like right up here, Tango 6, we were somewhere right in here, I do believe. Charlie, yeah, oh, we were right next to Charlie 17, actually. We weren't there. So I remember thinking, oh, C-17. Alright guys, one more flight to Charlotte, and then our night will be concluded. We've got 47 minutes of airtime tonight, 33,000 feet is what we're cruising at, taking 77 people with us. I don't know what the max capacity of that CRJ is. Anybody know? I don't know if this is I'm sure this is a fuller load. I don't know if it's a full load or not. All right, let's get this thing ready here quickly. We'll request boarding here in just a minute once we get everything kind of loaded up. Let's get power. I'm sorry, let's get this power, not that power. And we're just going to go for the APU right now. Maybe. I don't know how quick you can go for the APU. Going for the APU about as quick as you can. Let's see if I can start it right now or not. No, it looks like it has some other things. Oh, well. We've got the indications. There we go. Starting up the APU. Perfect. All right, let's do that. Nav. Let's reconnect on VATSIM. Always something with these freaking streams, man. Always something with these streams. What was the squawk code? Oh, he just resent it over. Perfect. 1526 was the old squawk code. 1526. Standby. Let's go ahead and we'll get that into position 1, and then how do you do this again? This one there to standby. Okay. And ground was on the 21.9. 21.9, and tower was 18.6. 18.6.
American Flight 236, radio check.
5x5.
1x5. Alright, let's go over here. We'll get flight plan performance. We're probably not gonna, let's see, import 5083, send FMS, send the payload, and we're just gonna hit that. Let me see takeoff and landing. I've never really done this. I guess we don't, and we're not going to. Alright, set the payload, all that stuff is good to go. We're gonna go ahead and go back. We're gonna execute that. We're gonna go to the init page. POS init. We're gonna go DCA. No, we're not in DCA anymore. We're in BNA. BNA FMS position. Set all that stuff up. Flight plan. All that stuff looks good. Perf in it. We're cruising at flight level 330. That might be a bit ambitious for our 45-minute flight. So we'll see. VNAV setup. Everything's good there. We know I'm not going to change anything there. Departure arrival. 20 center. TASMO 3. Burmy transition. Execute that. Departure, arrival, 18 left it was. Vectors is fine. Flips 4, I don't remember. That's the only thing I don't remember is the comedy transition. I feel like I would have remembered that. Okay, let's go ahead with, VNAV over here is fine. Flight plan over here is fine. Climb maintain 4,000 feet they gave us. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Climb maintain 4,000 is set. Everything on the overhead is looking good for now. We're going to go auto on auto. And get the recirc fans on. I don't know if we need to turn the cargo fans on or not. We can get those on low, I guess, for now. probes, those can come on for now. I don't really know, again, if that's realistic turning them on right now or not, but we're just going to rock with it. And altimeter setting here in Nashville, and let me do this right now because since I restarted, I don't know if this is going to be right or not. Nope, of course it's not. Real time, real weather. And then now can I hit the B key? I can't. No, I can't. It was like 2982, I think it was on the way in here. It is 2982. Let me see if I hit it now. There we go. 4,000 set. Let's go ahead and just see. And I do know I want to read. Neltron's message there, but I want to step through this as well. So the Tasmo 3 departure, it'll be off 20 center. It'll be Tasmo top altitude 4,000, then Burmese. Pretty straightforward departure, and then a straight out, and pretty much connects right up with the arrival into Charlotte. So that looks pretty good right there. And we're gonna go ahead and go back to map mode. It'll be a 201 heading from here. Go ahead and set that up, and we're basically just gonna rock and roll. As soon as the IRSs get done aligning, we're going to get out of here. 201 on the heading. Emergency lights are off. Yeah, good point. Let's arm those. Seatbelt signs and everything can go on. All those can stay off. Hydraulics are good for now. We're going to come down here. We'll get the stab trim, mock trim, yacht. Probably don't need the yacht dampers yet, but we're going to do it anyway. And then lighting, we'll just get the integ lights up just a little bit. Same thing. Integ lights just up a little bit. Integ lights up just a little bit. Do I need to do them up here? Surely. There it is. Alright, looks good. Naltron said it's funny, I remember when I was new being nervous about the simulators, now I'm scared when I go to renew my medical. I literally, oh my gosh, it's so loud out there. I remember, I just did my medical, dude, and I was a little bit nervous. But yeah. Okay, I think I set all of these. Looks like we are all aligned and everything. Is this on the right page? I feel like it's like not. Okay, wait. There we go. That's the right page. Alright, let's go ahead and get our GSX out here. Prepare for pushback and departure. And we'll go with ASIG again. Again, APU is on. We'll go ahead and get our fuel boost pumps on. So that way we can just kind of blast on out of here as soon as we're ready.
Nashville ground, Cirrus 7613 Golf, ready for taxi with Bravo.
Cirrus 7613 Golf, Nashville ground. Welcome in this evening. Runway 20 center, taxi via Tango 4, Sierra.
Uh-oh, we got two guys at the same gate over here.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Cirrus center, Tango 4, Cirrus 7 Golf. 13 Golf.
See what also weather it is here now. Information Charlie. 180 at 6, 2983. Ground, good evening. It's Blue Streak 5083, ready for push off of Charlie 18.
Blue Streak 5083, Nashville ground. Ramp is uncontrolled. Push to start is at your discretion. Call for taxi.
Alright, we'll call you for taxi 5083. Alright, about ready here. Beacon coming on. We're going to go nose to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes coming released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Let's do it. Let's start up engine numero dos. Neltron, if you don't mind me asking, would you start flying? Was it, did you fly the Embraers, the CRJs, or something else? Alright, good fuel flow, or I'm sorry, not fuel flow, N2. Good and street. So loud out here. It scares me every time. We're not even going to go out there because it's just so ridiculously loud. I like flying as the regionals in the sim. I don't know why. Like, it feels more like, I don't know, again, it feels more realistic to me. Maybe because this is like my next step and everything like that. But like, it feels like, I don't know, like it feels like more realistic than like just logging in as like American, you know. And then I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's not realistic for me, because who knows when and if I'll ever get to fly for American, you know what I'm saying? Crazy Frank said, I have 21 hours logged in, still got 19 more to go till I get my private. Oh, nice. Are you trying to get yours right at 40 hours?
Please set
Good for
parking
you.
brake.
If that I hope that works out for you.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Yes, go away. Introduce fuel. Let me see, it worked or just a click last time?
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Kern, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. This is the last leg. We're heading Nashville to Charlotte. Well, don't be disappointed if it takes a little longer than 40 hours. Crazy
Unlocking
Frank.
gear.
Like I said, I hope it doesn't. I mean, if you can do it, right on. More power to you. But it took me about 70. It's just so loud out there.
Bypass pin removed.
All right, looks like we got 2 engine starts. Let's go flaps to 8.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
What else do we got? Thrust reversers can get armed. All that stuff is good. We're going to go overhead and get the APU off. And again, I don't think we have to close the thing. Do I? Let me see. Okay, I just closed it and it's good. All right, and then we will call him coming out Tango 4, it looks like, because that's all still the ramp in a controlled area. So we'll go ahead and shut the parking brake off, yada, yada, yada. You guys are out of the way enough. All right, guys, last leg. Quick flight over to Charlotte, about 45 minutes in the air. And then we'll take this left onto Tango 4 and call him ready for taxi. Okay, still ridiculously loud. Great. I keep wanting to go outside. I keep forgetting. On Blue Streak 5083 coming out Tango 4 with Charlie.
Blue Streak 5083, runway 20 center, taxi via Tango 4, CR7, cross runway 31 at Tango 4.
Tango 4, CR7 crossing 31 at Tango 4, and then, I'm sorry, Tango 4, CR7, if I didn't say it already, Blue Streak 5083. Alright, so we're just kind of straight this way, crossing runway 31. And what was I going to do before that? Oh, yeah, also hit Toga. We didn't do that last time. So takeoff. We got 2 greens. We're cleared to cross runway 31. Let's go ahead and throw the strobes on for right now. And then on down to Sierra 7. 18.6 is tower. We should have Memphis Center online for our departure. It looks like we had, oh, I hope I didn't cut that guy off behind me. Honestly, didn't even see him if I did. Sierra 7's going to be a right turn, our second right turn. Not that it'll be that one up there, not this one. This one's Kilo. Our strobes off. Not going to go to the outside cam even though I want to. I'm going to switch to tower here in just a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain
Tower, good evening. Blue Streak 5083 is short of 20 center, ready to go. Lunar, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. What is up, dude? How goes it? It's 18.6, right? 18.6, what do I have there?
And Blue Streak 5083
okay.
Nashville Tower. Hello, welcome back. Fly heading 110. Winds 170 at 6, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff.
110 on the heading, 20 center, clear for takeoff. Blue Streak 5083, thanks. 110 on the heading. So when we rotate, we'll do 400 feet and then heading instead of nav mode and speed. And then flaps up at 165-ish, flaps 1 at 165, flaps clean at about 190 again. We're gonna rock with it the same way. And then what else did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to put the center frequency in as well here real fast, just so we don't have to do that while we're actually flying, which was 30, hang on, wait, he's in my departure clearance. 3255, so let me do that real quick. 3255. Where's my FO to do it? All right, 3255. Here we go. Let's get some togas in the chat. Spool them up. Man, like it is. Well said, Lunar. All right, toga.
Nashville Tower. Number 7613 Golf is waiting for Blue Streak to take off to
okay.
0 center.
What is that supposed to mean?
November
live 80 knots.
Tree Golf, Nashville Tower. Hello, continue holding short. Probably a good idea to wait for him. I agree. Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
And rotate, getting that auto rotation again. Definitely knew that was coming because of that slump too. And we got a positive rate. Let's go gear up. 65 flaps 1. Speed heading. Get that turn coming.
Yeah, Blue Streak 5083, contact Memphis Center 132.550.
Over to center, Blue Streak 5083, soup. He gets it.
And November 7613 Golf, runway 20 center, line up and wait. 0 center, line up and wait.
Alright, 190-ish, let's go flaps clean. Climb thrust. And over to center. Hello, center, Blue Streak 5083, 2.5 for 4,000, 110 heading.
Blue Streak 5083, Memphis Center. Proceed direct Sammy, climb and maintain level 330, your radar contact.
Direct Sammy up to flight level 330, Blue Streak 5083, thanks. Alright, let's keep this coming, speed mode. Alright, let's just give me autopilot. This is hard. It's so hard to do all this single pilots like that. Alright, direct Sammy, we're gonna execute that. Give me nav mode now and flight level 330. Lunar, unfortunately, no slammer ops tonight. We're just a typical lame old Blue Streak. So you did give us all that to flight level 330, which is great, and we'll set 250 knots on the speed. For our climb out today, we should be climb thrust 250 knots. Everything looks good. Is this the right freaking thing or no? I think it is. Yeah, that's got to be it right there. That's got to be it. Okay. Alright guys, ripping out of Nashville. That was a solid departure right there, I felt like. We did everything when we needed to do it. Flaps 1, flaps clean, climb thrust, heading, and speed mode and everything. I felt like that was solid. Let's see, we need any deviations here. I'm in the mood to bother the air traffic controller. Back to 20, alright, Lunar, sounds good. I'm in the mood to bother the air traffic controller. Looks like no deviations until we can, I mean, we're gonna basically have to punch this freaking squall line unless we go way to the north, so we're just gonna punch it. All right, 18 left is what I'm prepared for going into Charlotte. I don't think there wasn't any ATC online. Let's see if there is now. There's not. So I guess quick flight on the way over to Charlotte today. We'll be joining the arrival from Comedy. It's a super quick flight today. Hopefully 330 put us above most of this weather, but a squall line like that, probably not. Coming through 10,000, let's go to 290 knots and start working on our lights as well. We'll get logo and wing inspection off, and these 3 can come off as well, and we'll get the seatbelt signs off in due time. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Appreciate everybody being here. Hope you guys are all having a great day.
Memphis Center, 0763 Golf, level 4000.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now...
November 13 Golf, Memphis Center, climb and maintain, level 180, proceed direct Daniels.
180 direct Daniels, launch your belly.
Are we there yet? Not yet.
Memphis Center, call 239er. Can you be brief to change a little early, bro? I gotta get some dinner.
This guy, bro.
Goal 239, Kansas City closed radar service terminated for exchange bird.
Okay, 239 over to Unicom. See ya.
Delta 926, expect the R9 Zulu runway 20 right from cooler.
I know Limp isn't here, bro, because he would have freaking been all over that.
Zulu for 20 right from cooler, Delta 926.
Memphis Center, JetBlue 1089, proceed flight level 320.
JetBlue 1089, Memphis Center, right down.
I'm waiting till when I can buy virtual airline tickets to take a seat when your flights are and look around the bastard out the windows. Hope 2020 brings that to the game soon. You're the second person. Mr. Emirates said that earlier. He was like, when's we should have passenger and flight attendant mode. You guys are ridiculous.
1198, expect the R9 Zulu runway 20 left from Mud.
Looks like the R9 Zulu.
You guys are funny.
Left from Mud.
Delta 1704, Memphis Center, right down.
Alright, we're well through 18,000. Oh, shoot.
FedEx 64 Memphis Center, climb maintain
Well, hazy
level
out here.
350.
We'll be all under your safety, so good, and land better. All right, this one's gonna be a greaser.
That was 1704 radar contact 40 northeast of the Razorback. You are welcome. FedEx 457 radar
Razorback, that's
contact
kinda
as
tough.
position as reported.
Oh.
Welcome.
No.
Delta 926 at Cooler 3rd RNAV Zulu runway 20 right.
At Cooler, RNAV 20 right, to Delta 926.
Like we get history. Wait, we get history like flights we've flown from and died and things, and we get to rate the pilots and be a part of their career mode. That would be something.
Blue Streak 5083, radar takes to the southeast. Atlanta closed. Radar service determined. Continue change approved.
Over the dark side, Blue Streak 5083. Thanks for ATCC. Nothing. What a nerd. Didn't give me a see ya.
And that's not a convoy 4237. Give that.
I did 23. There we go. Cloudy, yes indeed, Crazy Franks. No. Let's see. There we go. Guys, I'm also doing school projects on the side. Just an absolute machine. Trying to get to my meeting how much longer? You take that up with the flight attendant, buddy. All right. Ooh, 1 to go. Perfect timing. Coming back up here for our cruising altitude. Oh, I didn't do this here. MFD menu, definitely get VNAV coming and ETAs. I like those legs. Represents in 100 miles or so. What is this 10-minute presentation that I have to do, bro? Start pulling this power back. It definitely takes a lot of thrust to do like 0.82 or something like that, so I probably need more. I probably need like 2,000-ish. Right in between layers here, it looks like this is a solid cruising altitude for us. Welcome back, Hadley. Just in time for our round 1 to Charlotte. Crazy Frank said, for what? I'm currently getting my degree in aviation management. Mostly just for the restricted ATP. But that's happening. We could do, let's see, we've got about 80 miles to go, about 10 minutes on top of descent. We can get some quick drink service in the back here. Looks like our airspeed's doing pretty well for us. Nice. Looking pretty good here at cruise as well. The CRJ is a photogenic bird. Looking real good. Oh my. Jeez. Holy smokes, guys. Alright guys, let me get some water and I'll be back here in just a minute. Hadley, how is the new job treating you if you're still around? It looks like getting to our top of descent here. Oh, who's on? Auto ATC, is that really what that was? Oh, okay. That's annoying. I thought that was actually a controller. Little 240 at Faye. Alright, let's say everybody got their drinks. Everybody sit down. Top of descent here in just a few minutes. To cross Faye, flight level 340. 240, sorry. A lot of Frontiers out tonight, I feel like. What's the weather in Charlotte saying? Landing south. Let's see, we got 18 left. I don't think that's too long of a taxi. Nah, it's pretty... 18 right would be the long taxi. 18 center would probably be the best. And since there's no ATC online, let's kind of reconfigure here. Just playing for 18 center. I think if the switch is going to be that easy, which it looks like it is, unfortunately. Radio 18 center. Shooting the ILS 18 center, 111.3. And we'll do the course when we get there. 942 on the minimums. Let's go ahead and vertical speed. Let's grip and rip this thing. It looks like this is going to be a. It looks like we actually might be a little late. On this descent. Out below the flight level, well, we're definitely going to be above 240 crossing Fay, because that's in like a couple miles here. Above flight level 190. We'll just set 190 then for the next fix. And minimums are going to be MDA, and they're going to be 942, so we'll set 950 on the mins for our descent down into Charlotte. So pretty quick flight. $950 on the mins going into Charlotte, guys. And is it actually on indicator already? It is on indicator. Let's go 290 on the speed. Beautiful. Should be a good week for streaming this week too, guys. Be able to do one and maybe even 2 streams tomorrow. Sorry, I don't know. My mic was far away from my mouth there. 1, maybe 2 streams tomorrow, depending on how we're feeling. We're feeling frisky. Then I've got AM shift PM shift. So I'll stream in the morning. On what day is that going to be? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Wednesday's going to be in the morning. And then Thursday, I'm on reserve, so again, probably a stream or 2, assuming I don't get used. And then Friday, Saturday, AM shifts, so 2, those will be, well, probably just Friday, I'll stream in the evening, and then probably Saturday I'll go home, so. That's how that's gonna work. Did we turn the seatbelt signs back on? I think we did, yeah. Everybody sit down. We're definitely going to be below 270 and above 19,000. So let's go ahead and set 16,000. We're going to be at or above 16,000 for our next restriction. Looks like we're definitely going to be there too. So let's go even farther out. What's the next one there? Below 14,000, at or above 12,000. We just set 12,000. Yes, we can. That'll be pretty perfect right there. So we'll go ahead and set 12,000 for that. Any speed restrictions? Even if there are, I don't think we're going to listen to them yet. 270 at Flips here, 270 at Fay. But there's nobody online. We're not going to listen to the speed restrictions. Let's see, nobody else coming to Charlotte too. I think we're literally the only arrival into Charlotte right now. Oh wait, just kidding. What's happening here? We are definitely going to be first. The only other guy is arriving in 22 minutes. Where to fly? Oh. Interesting. I didn't know that they had Charlotte has, or I'm sorry, VATSIM has a where to fly feature. That's pretty cool. Where to fly out of like the airport that you're going into. It's pretty sweet. So anyways, we're gonna beat the next arrival by about, oh, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. What's the altimeter setting here right now? 2982. Oh, there it is. 2982. So that is pretty cool, if I do say so myself. We're gonna beat the next guy by, yeah, probably about 10 minutes or so, maybe even a little bit more than that. Departures, departed, en route. How does that work? Oh, they're left already. So they're already done. Nobody on the ground. Dang! These guys got so many hours on here. I got 430 hours on VATSIM. Three of these guys have over 2,000 hours. That's crazy. Jeez, 4,000 hours. What the heck? We got Entei flying on VATSIM over here. Yeah, so we're gonna take the center runway. That'll be the easiest runway for us. Just a little bit of speed brake just to stay with it. Stay hopefully close to our 290 here as we fly on down. Right, it's 12,000. It's above 12,000 at Galaxy. This is interesting. Oh, I see. It did mess up. Ah, okay. So we're gonna go direct. Where's my direct to? There we go. We're gonna go direct to Galaxy. So it did mess up. See? I didn't even realize. Okay, so now the next waypoint's Jobot at 11,000, so let's keep it coming down. Jobot at 11,000, which we do at 1,500, that's fine. Uh-huh. And then Earhart at or below 10,000, Fishin at 7,000. And then from there, let me just make sure that this is... Yeah, okay. And then, alright, that's fine. We'll be leveling off at 11,000 here. Well, that doesn't look good. That looks about right where we gotta go. No, it's not. Charlotte's ahead of us more. It's out that way. And then Fishin', it wants us at 210 knots. We'll just keep it at 2.9. We'll keep it going fast until we get below 10, which is next here, actually. So let's just start slowing to 250 now. 250, we'll start pulling the speed back a little bit. As we come through here, it looks like we are at Earhart now. We could be vertical speed. Looks like it wants us at 1600. Hello? Oh shoot, I forgot to bug 10,000 first. Looks like it wants us at 1600 feet a minute or greater, so we'll do 1700 feet a minute for now. And we're gonna go idle and not really worry too much about it. I'm not gonna do speed brake or anything like that right now. Like I said, we have plenty of time to slow down, which I actually did go speed brake a little bit. We have plenty of time to slow down, and no ATC online to reprimand us, so we're just gonna thug it out. I think 18.1 is the Charlotte CTAF. I feel like I've done enough to know that. Let's see though. CTAF, CLT, messages, 18.1. Yep, looks good. Okay, so let's do that. $18.1. 10,000. We'll start getting our lights on. We're close enough. Oh, here we go. And then 7,000 here at Fishing. So we'll go ahead, bug up 7,000 feet. Ooh. Vertical speed us down. Let's do 1,000 feet a minute just to get there a little early. And localizer will be tuned. Okay, roger. Roger that. Great, thank you for that information. So after Fishing, let's see, we'll probably do something like direct to like Tommy or something. What's our first? Osage is at 3,000. So we'll probably just go after Fishing. We'll go direct to Osage. Can I just delete this? Okay, perfect. Let's just do that. Okay, never mind. Didn't really work, but oh wait. If I replace that though, that would work. Yeah, so we'll just go Fishing Osage. Ooh. You guys follow Aero Crew News on Instagram. It says an ALPA update. Last week, hundreds of ALPA pilots participated in more than 250 high-level meetings in Capitol Hill, engaging directly with members of Congress and their staff to advocate for the Aviation Mental Health Act, maintaining 2 qualified pilots on the flight deck at all times, modernizing our nation's air traffic control system. All things that are phenomenal issues for them to be fighting for. And it really is just great to hear that they're in there fighting for that type of stuff, man, because you say what you want about unions and stuff like that, man, but they, you know, that's a big thing. And that is something that, you know, they're trying to get rid of for whatever reason, is the 2-pilot flight deck. And I just think that's incredibly stupid. I really do. We'll get back to, was it 230 on the speed for flaps 8? Yeah, let's do like 225 then, maybe just 220 just to give us a few knots. I think not having two pilots in the flight deck at any time is incredibly stupid, and I've seen it, and even with flying the Caravan. I mean, obviously the Caravan's a single-engine aircraft, and you know, realistically, with a high-performance endorsement in your private pilot's license, you can fly the Caravan. But I've seen how busy it can get in those moments, like in those high-intensity moments of when you're at a busy airport like LA, when you're in Dulles, when you're at, I haven't been to Chicago O'Hare yet, but we have operations in and out of Chicago O'Hare too. Like when you're at those places, I mean, I've stopped captains from doing stupid stuff before, and captains have stopped me from doing stuff before. Like it's good to have a check and balance. Like it's important in the airline industry, and I know that, you know, with the only thing they want to do is save money, right? Obviously, well, why pay 2 guys when you could pay 1? You'll cut back by double on the, you know, like the only thing they want to do is save money by doing the single pilot thing, and I just think it's incredibly stupid. Like, can you do it? Yeah, like you can, again, especially with the Caravan, like that's my limited experience. I can only imagine. I mean, flying this jet in the sim single pilot is hard. You know, I can only imagine what it's like, what it would be like in real life, dealing with a real, you know, the real intricacies of, you know, the airline world and everything. So, like I said, I think the single pilot thing is incredibly stupid. Obviously, I'm biased, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, one pilot, I just think it's dumb. I just think it's dumb. You look at anything, I mean, even obviously pilot incapacitation, right? That's a very small percentage of things, and like that won't happen very often, whether it's single pilot, 1 or 2 pilots or whatever. But we are about to land. All right, let's do 210 knots. Charlotte traffic, Blue Streak 5083 inbound on the ILS 18 center, approaching Ozj, whatever that is, Charlotte traffic. Let's go flaps to 8. Beautiful, man. Look at that view. That's gorgeous. And let's also arm approach. Why can I never find it this way? There we go. Localizer, glide soap armed. Get some speed. Let's get some power back in. There it is. Alright, looks like it's going to want me to step it down to 2400 at silo. That's our glide soap intercept and our final approach fix. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do like 1,000 feet a minute because we're high. Let's just go to idle. Let's bring the speed back as much as we can. Let's go flaps 20. 180 knots on the speed. Maybe go gear down here even. Just didn't capture the localizer for whatever reason. Let me just go with nav source, FMS1, localizer capturing. I thought it would go green needles on its own, but I guess not. Let's go gear down because we are a little high, like I said. Oh, yeah. All right, we got to keep it coming then because we're still high. Might need like 2,000 feet a minute if we can handle it. Altitude capturing. Just set it to like 0. Keep that coming. It'll be 140 something probably. Yeah, maybe that wasn't actually all that smart. We'll see. 144.
1,000.
Let's just hand fly this. Flaps full, autopilot coming off. Did some landing rates in the chat, guys. What are we thinking? I said I'd grease this one, so we'll see. So far, not a stable approach by any means.
500. Sync rate. 400.
Sync rate, whatever.
Rate. 300. Sync rate.
Ooh, yeah, all of a sudden there I feel like. Ooh, I think we're just underpowered. Ooh, yeah, we're underpowered. Oh, jeez.
100.
Alright, here we go. Hang on.
50. 40. 30.
Ooh. Okay.
20.
Oh! Oh no! Okay, they didn't scream though. They didn't scream. That's just crazy though, dude. All that bouncing is insane. I'm just gonna get on the brakes myself so we can get off as soon as possible because that was terrible. Nobody screamed, so I'll take that as a win. We're also gonna take the reverse high speed here. We're gonna take Echo 6. Oh wait, are we? Yeah, let's do it. Limp said people yelling and screaming in the background, anarchy up and down the aisles. Not at all. Limp, were you around for the angry ground controller? Or the angry guy and the ground controller going at it in Nashville, dude?
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Alright, let's go flaps up. Let's get the APU kicking. Strobes and wing lights come off, all those except for the nose light can come off. Very nice, very pretty flight coming into Charlotte this evening, and lovely airplane as well. We'll try to get to where we usually park when we fly Slammer. And once we get to the gate, guys, that's going to do it for this evening. So make sure you guys like and subscribe before you go. Much appreciated. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Like I said, we'll wait till we get to the gate, obviously, before we shut things down. But just for a minute, I had to go cook dinner. I'll go back and re-listen to it. Oh my gosh, dude, you have to. I think you would have loved both of those guys. Thought it was you for a second. See, it's always Delta over here, it says. I wonder... I don't know, we'll take Delta's gates. What are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go ahead and set the parking brakes. We actually are at the gates, MCFI. So get those engines off. Under 10%. Let's go ahead, get the light off, get the beacon light off, get GSX out here for some deboarding.
The boarding requested.
And let me try this here. Let me get the seatbelt signs off and see if that changes anything. No. So apparently you need the chocks in, and you can open the doors. Where the heck are we? There we go. How'd we do on the park job? A little long, but pretty centered up. Not too shabby there. Alright, guys, and that is pretty much going to do it. So you don't break the cardinal rule of arguing with the VATSIM controller. Dude, there's another guy arguing with the VATSIM controller earlier in the flight as well, who was arguing with, who was at Indy Center, I think, about the approach clearance. But, so that was pretty silly. But, yeah, definitely go back and watch that, Lynn. You guys all have a good night. Thank you so much for joining in. Really appreciate everybody for being here. Like I said, like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.